Hi everyone, welcome to Quan Media Europe Insights with Lily Zhang. Today is my first English live stream. Sorry for a little bit of technical problem. I'm a little bit late. Today I'm invited Quan Media International's Jose join me to discuss digital currency. Hi Jose.
Hello, Lily. Hello, everyone.
Good. I think this year, many questions because we've got the COVID-19 pandemic, we've got economic crisis, we've got trade wars, now probably the new Cold Wars between China and America. So everybody is asking what's going on, what's matter in the world, and everybody probably more common people more interested in the economical side, especially we've got very low interest rate, and every country is printing money just to support the economy. So everybody is there's a big question on everybody's head. Is there going to be a reset of our financial world? Because everybody know we've got quite a lot of problem of our financial world. Like they probably printed too much money. Is there going to be a high inflation? So, and especially not long ago, China started its central bank digital currency. So everybody kind of asking, is that the direction every country is heading? So, Jose, about digital currency, what exactly it is? Where does that come from? Is that just Bitcoin or something else?
Okay, Lily, thank you for your questions. And I think, first of all, thank you very much for your invitation, Lily.
You're
I'm very happy to be here and talking about a very important and also a very interesting topic, digital currency, with you and all the friends who are watching this video. I think there are a lot of questions regarding the digital currency. First, I'd like to review the evolution of the currency in the history and modern time in order to let everybody to be more clear about the digital currency will be the trending of future money. So I will start with some slides. I'll share the screen.
Yeah, so now we're talking about, so you're talking about where the digital currency come from, right?
Yeah. I think it's very important. We know the history and then we'll know the future.
Yeah. Shall I open the screen share for you?
Moment. Yeah.
Oh, yes, we've got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to review the evolution of the currency. So at the beginning stage of human civilization, it's about, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 years ago. At that time, in the trading, people don't use money. They exchange goods directly. For instance, they exchange rice to sheep, or they exchange clothes to the food, etc. This way of trading, we call it bartering. Even for now, sometimes we use bartering for trading, but not too often. The disadvantage of bartering is obvious. It's no universal standard to value each goods. People realize that there should be something in the middle of trading to evaluate all the goods. Therefore, money emerged. The first money nobody doubt is gold. Gold is the first money. Yeah. Gold is a precious metal. is very rare, and the gold is a very stable chemical element. I mean, it's the gold is very durable, and it's an ideal material to be the money. So this is the first money, the gold. Now we don't use gold as a daily use money, but gold is still a very important asset for people and for a country. There are some disadvantage of gold. The main disadvantage of gold is the gold is very heavy and it's difficult to carry, so it's not portable. In that case, people developed some other money. For instance, the coin, metal coin. People developed gold coin, silver coin, or copper coin instead of gold. This kind of metal coins is easy to carry, it's portable, very good. But soon the government who issued this gold found a good way to rip off people's wealth. For instance, the government could issue the gold not 100% pure.
Oh, okay.
Gold coin is not 100% pure gold. Silver coin is not 100% pure silver. So in that case, the government can cheat all the people in the country. That the value of those coins is equal to the gold or equal to the silver. This is the starting point of a very important concept, which everybody is suffering nowadays. And Lily, you mentioned before, inflation. This is the first starting point of the inflation. And with the development of the new technologies, especially the printing technology, the money then went to next stage. Next stage is, we call it current stage. The government issue, the government or the bank, central bank issued a banknote, or we call it paper money. It's more clear, paper money. Yeah, paper money. Paper money is the base of the current monetary system. And one kind of paper money is the reserve of this kind of paper money is gold. So we call it gold standard currencies, but it's not very common now. The most common currency now is called fiat currency. The fiat currency is not backed up by the gold. It's backed up by the government regulations and credibility. So it means that you have to consider government regulations and credibility as a valuable reserve. Yeah. So this is the money we currently use is paper money. Of course, after paper money, people developed such as credit card, or recently people developed a lot of mobile apps like PayPal or Alipay or WeChat Pay. This kind of products, I don't think it's a new kind of money. It's a kind of easy and convenient payment method based on the paper money. It's not new money. So we consider the next step. What is the next step? What is the future money? Now, I think now the world is a digital world.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we have already digitalized a lot of stuff from analog to digital. For instance, we use computer now instead of use abacus. We we listen to the music now using MP3, and we watch video. Like this video, which video is the format is MP4. All of those are digital format, not analog format. And we never use tapes, like audio tapes or video tapes. So the world is developing, and the new technology is developing. So why not we use digital currency instead of the current paper money? So I think this is a trend for the future money.
Yeah, everything going.
And the one common question is, can digital currency replace existing currency? I think the answer is obviously. Basically, digital currency has all the characteristics of existing currency. Digital currency is portable, exchangeable. It's portable because now you can store all your digital assets into one mobile phone. It's very easy to carry to everywhere, and it's easy to exchange. It's easy to exchange because you can use some mobile apps to exchange each other very easy. And also the digital currency is divisible. The current currency, Lily, normally you use euro. I think euro is
yes.
Normally you use euro. Euro is currency can be divided to 1 euro could be divided to 100 cents, I think. Yeah. So the current currency is divisible. But for the digital currency, it's more easy to divide it to more units. I mean, it's after decimal point. Normally, the current currency can be divided 2 units after decimal points. And for the digital currency, it's easy to divide it to the third decimal, after a third decimal, or fourth decimal, or fifth decimal after decimal point. It's very easy, and it's very easy to deal because everything could be processed in the computer, could be processed in the network. So, and easy to identify, no problem. And for some digital currency, they have the attribute like gold. So, for instance, the Bitcoin is the Bitcoin is durable and rare, the same as gold. The total amount of Bitcoin is 21 million.
Oh.
This is the upper limitation, no more than this amount, 21 million Bitcoins. This amount is guaranteed by the algorithm of Bitcoin, so it cannot be over this amount. Something like this, very like the attribute of the gold. Gold is very rare as well and durable. Of course, the Bitcoin, all digital currency is very durable because this digital asset is not physical asset. And there are some more advantages of digital currencies over existing currencies. Normally, the digital currency will be more safe than the normal currency because there are a lot of new technology, encryption technology applied in this digital currency. And for digital currency, they are more transparent. I will introduce it later, why the digital currency is more transparent than current currencies. And of course, digital currency is in line with the trend of digitalization of human civilization. When we talk about digital currencies, now in the market, there are two main kinds of digital currencies. And so we use this picture. I call it like a flower. It's money flower. So all the money currently in the market is located in this flower, and in this flower there are 4 petals. Sorry, touch my mouse point. Here is electronic. It's very easy to understand. It's not physical, it's electronic.
Yeah.
And this petal is central bank issued. It means some money is issued by the central bank and some money is not. And here, this red petal is universally accessible. It means everybody can use this money. It's not the money only for the company or not only for the government. And here, this orange color petal is peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer.
What is that?
Yeah, it's how to say? Yeah, so peer-to-peer. Normally, if in the physical world, not digital world, in the physical world, peer-to-peer basically means person to person.
Oh, okay.
It means this cash or this money could be exchanged person to person. No need through central bank or through some apps. But in the digital world, peer-to-peer normally not refer to person to person. It refer to end-to-end encryption. It's a technology for encrypt the information, normally called end-to-end encryption technology. So this is what it refers to in the digital world. So in that case, the 2 main kind of digital currency, one kind of digital currency is here. Look at my mouse point. It's called central bank digital currency. Central bank digital currency. This digital currency is issued by the central bank. Yeah, here. And another kind of digital currency is here. It's called cryptocurrency. Here, look at my mouse point. It's called cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is based on the new computer technology, network technology, and is end-to-end encryption. So it's very safe. And I think the trend of the digital currency, the future money, is digital currency, but not the central bank digital currency. It's the cryptocurrency here. Cryptocurrency.
Sorry, Jose, what's the difference between digital currency and
Yes. A moment. I will compare these 2 kind of digital currency. Yeah. So first kind of digital currency is central bank issued digital currency, and of course, this kind of digital currency is issued and controlled by the central bank. Central bank, I mean, sometimes it's equal to government. It's controlled by the central bank or controlled by the government. And for this kind of digital currency, it's very easy for the government or central bank to monitor the transaction. And the transaction is open. All the transactions based on this digital currency is open to the central bank. Central bank can track every transactions, who pay, who received the payment, when, where, the amount, all the information the central bank can track. And the central bank can control the issuance of the money. So how many amounts of this kind of digital money issued, this is fully controlled by the central government. 1 million, 10 million, 100 million is controlled by the central bank totally. And no disclosure to the public. Nobody knows how much digital money central bank issued. The second attribute is, the next attribute is no paper money printing, of course. And for the cryptocurrency, the main attribute is decentralization. We call it decentralization. decentralization is a little bit sophisticated, but we could understand this concept by two ways. One is from a financial point of view. From financial point of view, it means the bookkeeping of this currency is not controlled by the bank, central bank. It's not controlled by the government. It's controlled by the algorithm. Algorithm is when they design this cryptocurrency, there will be an algorithm to control this bookkeeping. And from computer point of view, decentralization is means encryption. I think very easy. Or sometimes we call term blockchain. Blockchain is a technology. Is more or less equal to decentralization. It's from computer network point of view. That means encryption, end-to-end encryption is asymmetric encryption. A lot of new technology. So in that case, for cryptocurrency, it's very difficult to monitor. For instance, for Bitcoin, it's very difficult to track who paid this Bitcoin, who received the Bitcoin. It's very difficult to monitor. But for Bitcoin, it's possible to track the transaction because all the transaction is open. You can track the transaction, but you don't know who paid and who received the payment. And for the cryptocurrency, normally it's open source code. Open source code means that the software and the algorithm of this cryptocurrency could be checked by everybody because it's open source. Everybody can check all the code. Some cryptocurrency said we use some encryption technology, but if they really use this kind of technology, don't worry, you can check the code. So you could make sure that if they use this technology or not. So this is open source, open to the public. It's easy for everybody to check. And of course, no paper money printing. So compare with these two kind of digital currency, from my point of view, the digital currency issued by the central bank is not a real digital currency. I think it's I call it a fake digital currency or pseudo digital currency.
For Chinese government, right?
Yeah, because it's fully controlled by the government, and it is a tool. It could be considered as a tool for the central bank and the government to strengthen their power to monitor everything, to monitor all the people, monitor all the transactions. Yeah, and for the cryptocurrency, it will weaken the central bank functions. It will weaken the currency sovereignty. So I think this is the trending of the future money. Yeah.
Thank you, Jose, for that. But I understand because but one thing because I'm from traditional banking system.
Yeah.
Wondering, does the digital currency or cryptocurrency, do they have real value? How do you determine the value of the digital currency?
Yeah, I think how to determine the value of digital currency is more or less same as how to determine the value of the existing currency. As I said before, now the currency we use is called fiat currency. Actually, for the fiat currency, this is based on the credibility and the regulation of the government. It means that if the government and the central bank has a very high reputation, for instance, like United States Central Bank, United Reserve, and the European Central Bank, okay, no problem. But if you look at for some other country's central bank, For instance, like Venezuela, Venezuela, the central bank of the Venezuela has no any reputation. So in that case, the Venezuela money no any value. Even the Venezuela people, they don't use their local money. They use United States dollars, US dollars to instead of their local currencies. So I think this is not the issue of digital currency and paper money. They should be based on something, but the thing based on the background should be high reputation.
Do you think just reputation will be enough? How about monitoring? That's why many people.
Yeah. I think this is another question is about. I think everybody should consider
Regulation.
one question: who is trustworthy? I mean,
Exactly.
who is trustworthy? Is central bank trustworthy?
Not really.
Algorithm. I call algorithm because all the digital currency use dedicated algorithm. Is the central bank trustworthy or the algorithm trustworthy? I think this is a question everybody has to consider because normally maybe you will think central bank will be more reliable, but the reality is I don't think central bank is more reliable than the algorithm because there are many factors of human intervention of central bank, and sometimes there are very great uncertainty of this of those central banks. And but if you look at digital currency, the algorithm is very difficult to modify. After the algorithm is set up, because it's open source and transparent, so if the algorithm is confirmed, is set up, it's very difficult for everybody, even for the central bank, to modify this algorithm. So in that case, I think the digital currency finally will be more safe than the central bank. I think this is a very important point everybody should consider.
Well, maybe algorithm is more trustworthy, but people have a question: what exactly behind the algorithm? Is that are we going to control by the big tech? So who control the algorithm?
Yeah, I think this is a common question. For instance, the Libra.
Yeah.
Somebody knows Libra. It's a digital currency. I think now Libra is only a concept, but it's a concept from Facebook. Right? It's concept from Facebook. Libra is a digital currency.
Yeah.
Normally, people will think, this is controlled by the Facebook, but actually, it's not fully controlled by the Facebook, because even for the Libra, it's developed by the Facebook. But if the algorithm is finally open source, I'm not sure if Libra algorithm is open source. But if Libra is open source, it means that nobody can control, even for Facebook cannot control the change of the algorithm, because this is open source, everybody can check. This same situation is in the Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the basic algorithm is developed about 10 years ago. And after the people who develop the Bitcoin, then leave the team. So from that time to now, nobody changed anything, because it's very difficult to change. If you want to change this algorithm, you must get all the agree from everybody who own the Bitcoin, but practically it's impossible to change. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So algorithm, you see it, is it controlled by everybody? Like say the word, they are
No, it's not controlled by everybody. It's a regulation open to everybody. For instance, the regulation of Bitcoin is total amount is the upper limit of the total amount is 21 million. So this is a regulation. created by the algorithm, but it will apply for the whole life period, I think, of the Bitcoin. So nobody can change this. So somebody said that Bitcoin have the function to control the inflation. I think that's the point. Yeah.
You think digital currency can control the inflation?
I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so, because inflation and the deflation is not controlled by the currency. Inflation and the deflation is controlled by the economic situation of every country. It's not controlled by the currency. But for different currency, it will help the government and help central bank to handle with different situations, different economic situations. For instance, pandemic. Everybody talk about pandemic. And during the pandemic time, all the government, the European government, American government, Canada government, Japan government, China government, all the government try to stimulate the economy during the pandemic. There are a lot of measures to use to stimulate the economy. And in that case, we can imagine if the pandemic happens in a world with digital currency, not the current currency system, I think we will face, from an economic point of view, we will face same problem, like inflation or deflation. In that case, as I said before, you should consider if we use digital currency to deal with inflation as deflation, if it's very easy, because the digital currency could be divided to many decimals, not only 2 decimals, many decimals. So if now it's inflation happened, you can divide it, the digital currency, to more decimals to deal with the inflation. But this is only to deal with the inflation, but not to solve the problem, because the problem is from the economy, not from the currency. And also, there are a lot of countries now use the policy of QE, called quantitative erasing policy. This policy is very useful during the pandemic period. But in the digital currency time, we also can use this policy. The policy should be same, but in most of case, if we use digital currency, the situation will be much more easy to handle. There's an example in United States. I think not in Europe, but in the United States, the government send money to everybody, called paycheck, $1,200 US for everybody, or for each family. I'm not sure, but anyway, government send money directly to the family or to the person. Yeah, but the purpose of government, why they send this money to the people and to the family, is they want to all the people spend this money to buy something, because they want to solve the problem of liquidity. The liquidity problem everybody must spend money, consume. So, but the reality is, of course, some people, when they receive the money from the government, they spend to groceries, to the supermarket, but not all the people. Some people deposit this money to the bank. Some people invest this money to the stock market. This is not the purpose of the government, because if the money go back to the bank, it's no any meaning. If the money to go to the stock market, it's like gambling. It will another problem happen. So this is the problem of current currency. But if we consider, if we use digital currency, it's easy to solve this problem, because we can set attribute of this digital currency. The attributes could be, for instance, not for deposit to the bank. You have to spend this money. Yeah, not for deposit, not for investment, not for casino, not for
yeah.
So you can set a lot of attributes to let this money to the destination you want. Yeah, I think this is one advantage of digital currency. The second advantage, I think, is a little bit complicated. So who could issue the money? Normally, I think only central banks have the right or have the power to issue the money. But in the digital currency world, for instance, when you face quantity QE policy, when you apply for the QE policy, you could consider not only the central bank issue the money, the company or the government can issue the money as well. For instance, during the pandemic time, the central bank is buying a lot of bonds, treasury bonds from government or corporate bonds from some companies or from the primary market or secondary market. And the central bank bought all these bonds. It means central bank issue a lot of money. Yeah, this is the same thing, it's equal. But in digital world, central bank do not do this. The treasury bond and the corporate bond could be directly converted to kind of digital currency. It looks like the corporation, the company, or the government have the right to issue the currency, issue the money. It's very easy to handle. It's much more easy than now to handle all the situation. Yeah.
But if the government issue the digital currency, that will be same as the government issuing the paper money.
Yeah. But there's I mean, this is there is still some problems, but I mean, it's a more efficient way the government can issue and the corporate company can issue the money, and all those money, I think, for the normal people, for us, if a country issue different kinds of money, we are very easy to confuse. Many money. Now only in Europe we use euro, in United States we use US dollars. But if issue 3 kinds of money or 4 kinds of money, what will happen? Don't worry, because now we are in the digital world. It's not the people, normal people's responsibility to identify all the money. Not necessary. The whole system can do this. Yeah. So no any problem. Don't worry this. And as well, you talk about if the credibility of the government or the company is equal to the central bank. Oh, don't worry, because in the digital world you can rate all the digital currency.
Sorry, what's that?
You can rating. So different levels. I mean, there are different levels. Maybe the first level is the highest level is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin will be considered as gold. And the second level is fiat digital currency. And the third level is government bond. The first level is corporate bond, for instance. So for different level, for the system can set different exchange rate for different level of money. So this could be done in the digital world, but it's difficult for now because now it's paper money to like this, but in the digital world, it's very easy to do this. Yeah.
Also, I think currently everybody feel, even from 2008 financial crisis, the globally every country's got a debt problem, and until now, I think the problem's getting bigger. So everybody is talking about the reset. So you think digital currency going to solve the debt problem?
I think is I think, of course, no any problem. The digital currency can solve the data problem. But I think now the issue is I don't think now the issue is from the digital currency itself. I think now the issue is from central bank and the government. Basically, of course, sometimes the government and the central bank said, we'll consider the use of digital currency. But actually, I do think most of the government and the central bank now, actually, they are rejecting the digital currency. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally, because there's a conflict between.
Because there is a conflict between paper money and the digital currency, and the position of the central bank is in the paper money, not in the digital currency. Yeah, it's very clear. So there will be a lot of issues raised about is it safe? They will broke our monetary system now. A lot of doubt about. I think it is because of the attitude of the government and the central bank. Of course, I know there are a lot of benefit for them for using the current paper money. But I think because digital currency is a trending of the new digital world, new future world, future monetary system. So I think the central government and the central bank and the government should first change their mind. I think very important, change their mind to accept the digital currency. To accept this. Of course, digital currency is very new, but for this kind of new stuff, first you should accept. And of course, maybe there are a lot of problem or issues about this new currency. So if the central bank and the government accept currency and work together with computer scientists, experts, work together to solve all the problem, I think the future of the digital currency is much more brighter than the current paper money. Yeah, so I think very important first step. And you can see the China government. Now China government, I think now China government is leading this trend. It's leading this trend. They have already not have already issued, but they have already a complete plan to issue the Chinese digital.
They already issued.
Of course, this currency is based on the Central Bank of China, but anyway, they start to move. I think it's very important. It's start to move. It's moving is very important. Not stay at here and don't do any move. I think this is very important. So in that case, for the European central bank and the American central bank, they must consider to accept the digital currency. Otherwise, another country's government or another country's central bank will lead the trend. It's not good for them.
I think in European countries or in North America, it's not just the problem from central bank, also from average people too.
Worry
about just especially from Chinese governments for their move first.
Yeah, so I think this is the responsibility for the government and the media as well, because digital currency is a new thing. For average people, it's very difficult to understand because there are a lot of new technologies inside, so not every people can understand. So I think this is quite normal. For instance, 200 years ago, when the automobile was invented, about 200 years ago or less, nobody know automobile at that time. Yeah, and because automobile is the speed of automobile is very fast, so a lot of people, average people think, it's very dangerous, they move very fast. So I think the same in now. For the average people, they receive the message they receive the information from the media, they receive information from the government. If government accept this idea, if government accept digital currency, and they will tell all the people, this digital currency is advanced technology, don't worry, it's very safe, it's very easy to use. So I don't think there are any problem for the average people to accept this new technology and new digital currency. And as well, the government and the central bank must consider to develop the habit of using digital currency. It's very important as well. So for instance, now in China, everybody use Alipay or WeChat Pay for payment. They seldom use cash. Yeah, this is in China. I think this is because China government developed the habit to persuade the people and let them to use this kind of new method of payment, not use paper money. I think the same will be this is same idea if the European country or the American country, if they want to let everybody understand, let everybody like to use digital currency, they must develop their habit. Maybe they should develop some apps to let everybody to use. They want to give all the correct information to them, not the misinformation. Now there are a lot of misinformation in the media for the digital currency. Somebody said, it's very dangerous if you use digital currencies. The digital currency is very easy to be stolen, for instance.
Okay, could be.
But it's not the real thing. This is a lot of the misinformation. Actually, from technology point of view, the digital currency is much more safe than the.
Why is that more safer? Because people worry about their privacy as well. If they use digital currency, that means everything they do, everything they purchase will be under government's monitoring.
This is based on the idea of central bank to issue the currency. But if you change the idea to the cryptocurrency, it's very difficult to track the privacy of everybody. Yeah, this is the one. I think this is one advantage of cryptocurrency, because for the cryptocurrency, there are a lot of advanced technology for encryption, like end-to-end encryption, like asymmetric encryption. In the digital world, everybody should change their mind in the digital world. For instance, for the paper money, cash, normally we think the cash, we use a wallet to store the cash, and everybody will tell you, take care, your wallet. This wallet never be stolen by the thieves, right? And of course, everybody will tell you, and you think is, of course, you cannot throw your money, your cash on the street. If you throw your money on the street, you will lose all your monies.
Yeah.
Right? This is the idea for the current currency system, the cash and the paper money. But in the digital currency system, digital currency world, you might change your mind, because in the digital currency world, the digital currency is stored in your mobile phone, for instance, not in your wallet. It's in your mobile phone. But if you lose your mobile phone on the street, don't worry.
Oh,
Your
really?
digital asset will no any danger. Nobody can steal your digital asset. They can steal your. They can steal your mobile phone, but they cannot steal your digital asset. Don't worry. But you should another warning for them is in the digital world there will be a key. I think it's a cipher. It's a key. There's a key. It's normally for instance for the Bitcoin, everybody will have a private key. It's a private cipher or whatever. It's private key. So you must keep this private key safe. You must keep this
like
private key safe.
This key.
Yes, like password. Yes, a password. It's a very long characters, very long. So and
a code.
must keep this key, private key safe. You disclose this private key to the public. It's like you throw your money on the street. Yeah, like you throw your paper money on the street. So you must keep confidential of your private key. It's very important. So you change your mind, you will find, yeah, everything is very easy. Everything is not very difficult.
But then that cause another problem, like in digital world, we know there are quite a lot of hackers. Some people, computer geeks. Can they steal your private key?
From current technology up to date, for instance, for the Bitcoin, it's impossible for the hacker
to
hack your keys, because this kind of encryption method practically is impossible to be hacked. And but it's very important is keep this key confidential. Is very important, because normally the hacker will use some another way want to see your private key. For instance, if you take a picture for your now you have a mobile phone, it's very easy to take a picture. Somebody think, I take a picture, do not to memorize this key. You take a picture. It's for the hacker. It's easy to hack your picture. It's very easy. Maybe it's easy to hack this picture, not to hack the private key. Private key very difficult to hack. So you have to change your mind to keep safe. So everything will be safer. I think will be safer than the current cash. Not 100% safe. No, nothing is 100% safe.
Okay.
No any risk. But you must be aware that something is important to keep you safe, keep you to reduce the risk at maximum level.
So what if you forget? How can you remember the code, the key?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a very good question. Actually, now there are a lot of companies developed a lot of small have you ever used the USB key, something like that? USB key, I will call U-disk. Very small. It's a very small. It's very small disk can plug into your computer. Yeah. So use from USB interface. So there are a lot of this kind of I think it could be a disk or device, and very small. It's not very large, very small. You can keep everything in this, and you just keep this device and this USB key safe. It's enough. You do not need to memorize all the characters and all numbers. Not necessary. There are a lot of new technology. So I think why I said I repeatedly said this. You might change your mind. If you change your mind, you will find this is a really new world, and this new world is better than the old world. I think this will happen for the digital currency, but it's based on the attitude. I think first of all, it's based on the attitude of the government and the central bank. I know there are a lot of benefits in the government and the central bank, so it's very difficult to change their mind. I think it's very difficult, but
I don't think it's very difficult because there are some central banks already started using that, like Chinese government. They already started. Even I think IM International Managed Fund, they already started talking about, but they talking about central bank issued digital currency. They don't, of course, they're not going to talk about just bitcoins. So you think those government one day they're going to change that?
I think so. I think if you want to you let digital currency finally replacing the current paper money, we could do it step by step. Not one day everything change. It's impossible. I think first of all, as I mentioned before, is everybody should accept the digital currency. And the second step, I think, is develop the habit of our people to use digital currency. This is what happened in China now. China has already developed digital renminbi, and also there are a lot of companies. They are doing same thing, more or less same things as the China government. For instance, the recent news is the TikTok. Do you know TikTok? TikTok developed another digital currency called doggy coin, the dog coin, yeah, or whatever the name. So it's the doggy coins. I think it's the same. The company and the government, both of them can develop the habit of their customers and their people to use digital currency. And so does the Facebook develop Libra. The Libra is another kind of currency. So I think if the government don't move, the company will move. Maybe in the future, some companies will issue the digital currency, and the government issued the fiat currency will be replaced by the company's digital currency. It will happen, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, I think this is a very important step to start to use, and step to step replace the current paper money. As I mentioned, Bitcoin is a very good digital currency, and is the world's first digital currency. But Bitcoin is because some attribute of Bitcoin is not very easy for daily use. So for Bitcoin, I think now most of the experts think Bitcoin is more or less equal to gold.
Gold.
Yeah, yes, they can use as a reserve currency in the digital currency world. Same function as gold, because Bitcoin it has almost all the attributes of the gold. So they could be another very valuable reserve for the future world. Yeah, this is for the Bitcoin. And there are a lot of other digital currencies, not only Bitcoin. For instance, now there are a lot of digital currency. There are kinds of digital currency. We call it stable coin. What does stable coin mean? Stable coin means that is this digital currency, the exchange rate of this digital currency to a fiat currency is fixed. For instance, there are some digital currencies fix the exchange rate to the US dollars. There are some digital currencies, their exchange is fixed to the euros, one to one. It means one digital currency is equal to $1. One digital currency is equal to €1. I think this kind of digital currency is very easy to use at the beginning stage, at the first step, because if we use this kind of digital currency, we'll think, it's same as US dollars, or it's same as euro, or it's same as renminbi. So I think this is what China government is doing now. Yeah, so called stable coin. And for Libra is a stable coin as well. So
stable.
Yeah, stable coin. The exchange rate of Libra to US dollars is 1-to-1. Yeah, so it's why there are a lot of governments and central banks think this is the digital currency could be used as first step is the stable coin. It's because the exchange rate is fixed to the fiat currency. Yeah, and this is the third step. And finally, of course, fully implement if everybody accepts the idea, if the technology is mature enough. So in that case, we could use implement this digital currency, fully replace the current paper money. Yeah, we could do it step by step.
So I think, thank you, Jose. You even taught me quite a lot about digital currency. Really, because I'm quite traditional on financial side. Yeah, I don't think
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And for the digital currency, it's a new concept, and it's a new thing for everybody. Even for me, it's a new thing. So this is only my personal idea about digital currency.
Yeah. So now everybody is talking about the reset of the financial system. Do you think digital currency that's the major thing of this big reset, and will replace the current financial system?
I think if you said the current financial system, I think this couldn't be done by digital currency itself. Yeah. This a little bit. I think this a little bit sophisticated. So it's not only digital currency can. But I think if you want to reform the current financial system, the digital currency is a very important tool for the people to reform the current system, because the current system, I think, is very mature based on the paper money system, very, very mature. And you have to develop something new to replace it. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand you say just the current financial market is not just currency problem. We have quite a lot of problem. Like
Yeah, quite a lot of problem.
Problem, printing money problem.
Currency is one tool to solve problem, but it's not only tool to solve problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think probably we only solve digital currency will be just on the currency side, maybe on the exchange rate, or probably might solve the zero interest or negative. Does it solve the negative interest rate, this kind of problem?
I think it should be, but it's not determined, because the digital currency is a new thing. So I'm not sure if it can really solve the problem of the negative interest. But anyway, I think for the policymaker and for the whole economy, you should consider everything, not only the currency. This currency, digital currency, is only the replacement of the paper money. So we have to consider a lot of other things for the economic, like actually basically the economic is not because of money and not from money. The good economy is from the whole situation. Yeah, not from money. Money can only part of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I think current doesn't matter. Like when you talk about the Keynesian policy, policy before. I think that's been going on for more than 50 years. So every government has been stimulating the economy, try to avoid recession or crisis. But that's currency. I agree with you. Currency, paper money is a problem, but just one of the problems.
Yeah, right. It's one of the problems, not all the problems. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're facing a more unstable world. Well, yeah. I think thank you very much, Jose, and it's a very good education on digital currency. And do you have some thing to extra to add?
Nothing. So I think today we discuss a lot about digital currency, and I think digital currency is a new thing and a new stuff. So now there is a universal conclusion about digital currency. Is maybe somebody think it's good, somebody think it's bad. I think it's normal. It's normal. So yeah, I think it's normal. Yeah. So I think if our old friends who are watching our video, if there is any comments from you, you can leave some message after this video. So I think we could discuss later, maybe in more details. Yeah.
Yeah. Just welcome everybody. Just you can leave your message on Quan Media Europe. Also, you can we're going to upload it to Quan Media International as well. So Jose is the presenter of Quan Media International. So you can probably in future we can just live stream from both channels.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Jose, and that's a very good
Wow.
discussion about the digital currency. Thank you, and I thank you everyone to join us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Lily. Thank you, everybody.
Now we just going to
End stream.
yeah. Okay.